This lesson is on debugging SQL statements inside of your PHP programs. I have taken the liberty to create a program up here that I'm about to run where I've introduced errors. So let's run it with a click of the button. All right, right off the bat, we see that table test authors doesn't exist. All right, so it doesn't like that. So let's go back to the code and see what's going on. Here's the code, test authors. So I'm going to do a search for authors, I guess, and see what that's about. So what's wrong with that? I thought I had an authors table. Let's go over to PHP MyAdmin and take a look. We'll fire that up, and let's look at our tables. We're using the test database, and let's see. Oh, I see. It's author table, not authors table. So let's go ahead and make that correction and try to fix that up. So here's the code. So let's make that author. Oh, I'm sure everything will be wonderful. Let's go run this program again. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to refresh it so it'll run again. What happened? Didn't work. Oh, unknown column, FERT name, and field list. When you see the words field list, that usually means the list that comes after the select statement, usually. Select statement, last name, FERT name. From author. Well, we probably don't have a FERT name, do we? It's probably first name. I made a typo somewhere. So let's go back to the code. There it is, FERT name. So let's put in first. And I saved it. I'm going to come back and reload the program. Ooh, that can't be good. We've got a bunch of errors. Undefined index, FERT name. I thought I got rid of FERT name. On line 117. Looks like there's a lot of 117. So let's go look at line 117 or nearby and see what we see. 117. First name equals row FERT name. Okay. Now, that's getting the column that I selected on the SQL statement, but I've since fixed that to be first name, not FERT name. So I'm going to save this, and I put it first name. Let's go try again. I will reload it. Ooh, that looks better. All right, let's try running this. Let's see all authors by state. Okay, so I'm going to look for the authors that are just in California. Okay, and I'll submit the SQL statements. Uh-oh, you have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual. It says near. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Look for the right syntax to use near order by last name, first name at line 1. And then here it shows us the select statement. Select last name, first name, state. Seems reasonable. From author where state equals California. Order by last name, first name. All right. Let's go take a look. Where's that statement being built? It's being built here. It ran pretty good the first time because we were looking at all the state codes and we did this. Well, that's just the heading. Let's go down to where the statement is. The where clause. The where clause is up here. There we go. If it's not all, it doesn't do the where clause. So what's wrong with the where clause? Where state equals state code. And then there's a single tick here around it. Oh, there might be a missing single tick. Let's go back and look at this statement more carefully. This statement that's being generated by the PHP program ought to be the same thing we would type in if we were working interactively. And it looks like there's no single tick in front of the C here. There's one at the end. And this can be problematic. With one simple little column like this, it's usually easy to spot. But when you get into insert statements where you're putting single ticks and double quotes and all these together and getting that aligned, that can take a little work to get that straightened out. So hopefully that'll be the end of our errors. Let's find out. Okay, I've just saved the program. I'm going to go back and reload it to run it. And it looks like we got all the California. Let's try Utah. And do that. And there we are. It looks like the program's working okay now. So you could see some of the kinds of errors we can get in SQL statements. And generally, you have to go through and see what's going on. It's always a good idea to print what your program has constructed and look at that as if you were going to type that in interactively. That's usually a clue. In fact, what you can do in some cases is just copy and paste it and take it to the interactive window and run it there and play around with it until you get it right. and then go back and make sure that your PHP code is outputting the proper SQL statement the way it should be. This ends our lesson on debugging SQL statements in PHP code.